and cold and dark. I am the hungry shark, fast and merciless. But the only girl that could talk to him just...
Mass Effect Andromeda sucks. Wait. Fish video. SPS Dominant here. Gonna do a little update. The SPS Dominant Shallow Reef attached to this 50-gallon cube SPS Dominant tank. Plumb together. Opposite lighting schedule. Well, there's the yellow mimic tang, and there's 3 blue-green chromis. There was 7, there's 3 now. Start off with the bad. Went to feed and feed the tank and clean the back glass. Took the screen top off and fed, cleaned, put the top back on, looked in the tank, saw 5. So I looked, didn't see anything. So they must be hiding. Came back to the tank an hour later, still saw 5. Said, well, let me get a little bit of food. Dropped a little food in there, and still 5 chromis. 1 firefish he hides under the rock over here. And so I reached down to turn the feed mode on this pump here, and noticed 2 dead chromis on the floor. So 2 down. The next day, while looking at the tank, I noticed 3 blue-green chromis fish, and turned off the pumps, looked around the tank, said, well, the screen top was on, they couldn't have jumped out. And as soon as I looked back down in the tank without the pumps running, I could see 2 dead green chromis, blue-green chromis, hiding under this frag rack. Excuse the yellow, it's a filter on the lens. Just gives a better presentation of what the colors actually look like. It's better, but not quite. And I got a touch of cyanobacteria right there. Not too worried about it. A little over 2 weeks ago, I had dinoflagellants. Last time I did a video, you could see a little bit of stringy stuff. It wasn't much. Like I said, in the first couple months of running Zeovit, you'll run into little problems like this. It was mainly from me, well, not me, but the tank nutrients dropping to 0, killing the bacteria, and getting dino. I just raised my nutrients, nitrates to 5, phosphates to 0.03, dosed plenty of bacteria, lowered my light schedule from 12-hour to 8-hour. Within 3 days they were gone, and now I'm back up to 12 hours of light schedule again. It's 12 hours on this tank, 12 hours on this tank. Keeps my pH high and strong. Let's talk about the corals. Focus. Try that again. Focus. One more time. Not the best. There we go. You can see the polyps they're flapping pretty good. Did a sloppy job with super glue. That's what that is. A little bit of brown algae on it. The rock is colored now. It's kind of a greenish brown. Just waiting for that coralline to start encrusting everywhere. Seeing little bits of it here and there. There's some right here. You can't see it in the lens. Well, anyways, this fire and ice enchilada is looking good. It's looking kind of brown on the camera, but it is a very nice violet purple. Same way with this Millie here. It's like a bluish purple. This coral is brown, and it's still brown, so got nice polyp extension. This bushy SPS Acropora, it was such a dark green, and now this camera doesn't do it justice. It is so light green, it's almost yellow. It's a pastel color. This one pops a little bit more. It's very lime green, but it is always had good colors. The Monty cap has lightened up some too. All this staghorn has gone from a green to a pink. This is a very light pink acro here with green tips. Two different little millies, they have lightened up. They're more of a rose pink color. And that blue guy back there, he's kind of a dark blue. This guy's still growing and encrusting. Got the white tips for the growth. Doing pretty well. It's encrusting down to the rock. It's not polyped out right now. Not sure why. It's usually going pretty good, but he's right under this. Bad placement by me. I'll have to move him. I had this guy in here first, and then I put my other the coral that RT'd on me a few weeks ago is healed up. It's actually polyping out pretty good. Another big piece of this is actually downstairs in the 150. These back here, they are doing pretty well. Bunch of different frags. You see that big vivid aquarium frag there. It's browner than I'd like, but it has some good colors. And that frag was $50 compared to other places I've gotten frags from that are similar to these ones in the back that are very small, not encrusting or anything, and they cost $50. Well, they don't have my business anymore. Anyways, this guy I had to move from up top here to down here. It was a very red coral, and you see it's still growing, but it's turning blue. Really can't tell with the camera. It's turning blue. I've added a little cheap pump from Walmart, and I added into the grate of the pump that feeds this tank and the sump. And when this tank is not, the lights are not on, it's putting microbubbles in, and it comes through the intake there. Helps clean my little standpipe back there, but really has helped with more pH. I did that when I did lowered the lights down. My pH dropped from 8.3 to 8.15. Really would not go any higher, and once I added the microbubbles, I was back up to 8.3. This tank is still doing good. No microbubbles in this one. That Tang never sleeps. He just keeps going. I got the fan off. It's hooked to my Apex. It just interferes with videos. And I'll have a little clip here. When I started filming this, I sat on this coffee table here. This one with no glass in it anymore. Yeah, I broke the glass with my ass. Fun night. Well, oh, there's a strawberry shortcake in the back there. It's encrusting. good polyp extension. Get a few little growth on the tips, but mainly encrusting. Same way with the other two back there. And there's another one back by. Encrusting Montipores are doing well. They're polyped out, encrusting very well. Make that the end of my video. Like, subscribe, comment. The next video I'll do is how to set up an SPS tank, the do's and don'ts, do what I say, not what I do type of video. I do have this tank connected to an established system, so it's going to be all about establishment, having the right bacteria, live rock, and everything. And word to the wise, don't sit on glass coffee tables to make YouTube videos. You'll break them. Thanks guys, good night. Ow, my ass just broke the coffee table.